there, I
Okay. Helping Parents Heal is a nonprofit organization dedicated to assisting parents whose children have passed. Through support and resources offered, we aspire to help individuals become shining light parents, meaning a shift from a state of emotional heaviness to one of hopefulness and greater peace of mind. Helping Parents Heal goes a step beyond other groups by allowing the open discussion of spiritual experiences and afterlife evidence in a non-dogmatic way. Helping Parents Heal affiliate groups welcome everyone, regardless of religious or non-religious background, and encourage open dialogue. Attendance at this meeting is voluntary. We hope that participants will learn from and share with each other. Discussions here are confidential and not designed to replace traditional therapy or spiritual counseling. Zoom meetings run by leadership are not confidential. These meetings typically feature guest presenters and are posted on YouTube so that affiliate members worldwide can watch and benefit. Neither type of Helping Parents Heal meeting is designed to replace traditional therapy or spiritual counseling. Helping Parents Heal offers a wide variety of speakers, allowing parents to learn about many possible ways to heal. This includes presenters covering progressive topics such as afterlife evidence and connecting with our children who have passed. The views expressed by our guest speakers may or may not reflect the opinions of Helping Parents Heal leaders and members, so we ask that you take from their presentations whatever may benefit you personally. Welcome, everyone. We're so glad you're here with us tonight, and thank you, Reverend Sue, for being here.
yes, thank you, Reverend Sue, for being here. And I just want to tell everyone that Margaret Anderson kindly put information in the chat box about how to calculate your information, your numerology that Sue will need if she is to call on you. And she'll be calling on 4 people. She'll be doing their information as well as their departed loved ones' information. So if you can calculate that right now, we'll be able to get to that very quickly a little bit later. I'm going to go ahead and read her very short bio and let you know a little bit about her. She's from here. She's from, well, she's not from here originally, but we're very lucky to have her here in Scottsdale. And she obviously was a presenter at both of our past conferences. She is very, very beloved by all of the people here in the Scottsdale, Phoenix area because she comes to our meetings and she helps out, and she's presented many times. And I'll read what she has sent. Reverend Sue Frederick is an ordained unity minister, clairaudient, soul regression therapist, and master numerologist. She channels messages and prayers from the angelic realm and receives wisdom from guides to help people heal grief and find purpose. She uses sacred numerology and mystical information in her books and teachings. Reverend Sue Frederick is the author of 11 books, including Through a Divine Lens, Practices to Quiet Your Ego and Align with Your Soul, Bridges to Heaven, True Stories of Loved Ones on the Other Side, and the Sacred Numerology Workbook. As a student of numerology since 1980, she brings a deeply enlightened perspective to using numbers as navigational guidance tools for deciphering the soul's journey. Her website is www.suefrederick.com. And without further ado, please join me and Irene and Margaret in welcoming beautiful Reverend Sue Frederick. Welcome, Sue.
Hey, everybody. It's such a pleasure to be here. This is my favorite group in the whole world, and you are all my favorite people in the whole world. So I'd like to start with a quick little pray in, breathe in as we shift our energy to connect with the higher beings, the angels who help us navigate our lives here. And then I'll briefly explain how the numbers help us. And then we will call on the people who want readings, and I'll give your reading. First, you send me, you'll read out loud your sun sign and your date, your birth path, and everything that's in the chat. And then I'll write that down on a card here for you. And then you give me your child's too, and I write that down, and then I put my hand on it, and I'm able to read your mission, why this is happening, also your child's soul mission and your agreement with them. And then there's I say, what is your question for me tonight? And that's important because it helps me hone in on how I can help you best. So let's close our eyes for a moment and take a deep breath. And we open our hearts with so much gratitude for the presence of angelic beings, divine beings, departed loved ones, and especially your departed children, because we know they want us to live our greatest soul potential here on earth. And they are trying to help us every minute of every day by lifting us up, shifting our frequency, helping us remember our divine selves. And we are so grateful for that help. And tonight we call on all of them to give us the wisdom that we need using the tool of sacred numerology to help us each remember why we came to Earth for this lifetime, why we have experienced grief, and what the beautiful soul mission is and was for our departed child. All of these things help us remember that we are divine beings first and human beings second. And so it is. All right, everybody. So I think, I can't remember what we agreed, Elizabeth, are you picking somebody to begin?
Well, what we're going to do, first of all, is just make sure that everybody calculates their information as well as the information of their child or children with the calculator that is in the chat box before you call on them, because you're going to need that information to be able to. So what we're going to do is have people raise their hands as soon as they have completed all of that information. Also, please put your video on if you'd like to be called on, and those people pop up to the front as well. So Sue is going to be choosing a number between 1 and 10, and then without looking at who is holding their hands up, and Irene is going to count backward and choose that person. So
Yes, and you
All
can
right,
put it
I'm
private in the chat to me, Sue, if you'd like.
Oh, okay.
okay, she's going to put it into the chat.
Let me
Private,
close
just send
my
it to
eyes
me.
here and
Yeah.
see the number, and I'm sending it now.
Make
Oh,
sure that you're ready
I
if you
think I
raise
sent
your
it to
hand.
everybody. I'm sorry.
So Irene
Okay,
has the
that's
great
okay.
job of
All
counting
right.
and then unmuting the lucky candidate.
Okay, I am going to call on Christopher. Christopher, would you please unmute?
Yes, hi.
So Christopher, welcome.
Let me try to
Thank
see
you.
Christopher. Let me figure out how to do that so I can see
There we go.
Christopher.
I think
Christopher, say something again.
Hi, Sue.
I've highlighted him for you, Sue. Do you see
Okay.
him? I'm going to highlight you too so that you can. Do you see him at all?
Give me a minute and I'll get this figured out, I promise. I just like to see them as well. All right. Oh, there he is. Okay. Hi, Christopher. Do you have
Hi.
your information? And as you read it, I'll write it down here.
I do. My astrological sign is Gemini. Linear method is 37-1, age of 48. Stacked method is 10-1. Single digit method is 19-1. And personal year is 22-4.
Oh, important. And do you want to give me your departed child?
Yes, Levi's he is a Virgo. His linear method is 12-3, 24 years old. His stacked method is 12-3, His single digit method is 12-3, and his personal year is 18-9,
Now, how long ago did he cross?
28 months.
Ah, okay. Got it. All right. So what is your question for me tonight, Christopher?
You hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I would like to, so he's my stepson, and my question is, why did we come into each other's lives?
Yeah. Well, it's very important because, first of all, for your path of the Gemini 1, you came to be a visionary and to use your intelligence in a very unique and different way to create kind of a new system, a new modality for the world to navigate by. I know that's a big call, but you're in a 22-4 personal year right now, which means your soul is really calling you to step up to this year. And the reason Levi came into your life is because he brings, or he still brings, a creative energy of the 3. And the 3 says we have to think differently. We have to embrace out of the box ideas and ways of living and lifestyle. And your soul agreement with him is the number 4, which means you each were here to build each other's inner strength. And of course, when you lose a child, that definitely is part of the game, is having to build your inner strength to carry forward, but also to help your loved ones who might not have the strength that you have right now. So that's part of your agreement. The other part of the agreement is that the 2 Virgo and Gemini minds of both of you, you and Levi, are called always to go from head to heart. And he is trying to help you achieve that. That was something he struggled with when he was here. So does that answer your question or resonate with you?
Yes, 100%.
Any other questions before we, Levi, by the way, as I'm talking to you, he's just trying to make me laugh here. So I just want you to acknowledge, or just be, I'm sure you're already aware that every time you just randomly laugh or see something silly, he's even saying the word clown to me right now. He wants you to laugh, and he's always going to bring it to you in a funny way, not a serious way. By the way, what is your career, Christopher?
I'm a home builder, general contractor.
So that's truly not exactly your soul's mission.
No, I know I've realized that. Yeah. I would love
So
to,
when I talk to you about bringing creative ideas and working in something that's more out of the box, what comes up for you?
helping others in some way. And, I do that as much as I can. Anyway, but yeah, I don't know. I'm searching right now. And I, even in the building part of it, I've always been very creative in that, and trying new things and
Yeah.
artistic.
I'm sure that that is all wonderful, but it almost feels like something really out of the box over here, like music and sound frequency work, that sort of stuff. Or maybe you're building space that a place can have sound frequency healing workshops or healing things in. But sound and music and frequency are definitely words that are coming through. So have you looked into any of those things? Are you interested in any of those things?
I'm very interested in sound healing and frequency work. I go to sound healing once a month here, and I absolutely love it. And actually, yeah, the woman started doing private sessions, and I'd like to start doing, at least one of those a month. So
Bingo, Christopher. So this means that you've got to get certified to be a sound healer, and then start
yeah.
even bringing those workshops and healing grief workshops with sound healing. And also, because you're a builder, maybe you'll get the opportunity to even build something that is perfect for sound healing and frequency work, and especially offer it to kids, troubled kids, kids who have addiction, bring them in to do sound frequency healing. But the first step is you need to get certified in it. So go talk to that woman who's doing it and ask her how she got certified and start looking into how you might begin to study that. And by the way,
Okay.
your path is the one, which means that there is self-doubt in there that you have to overcome, because the arc of learning for your path is, I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. Wow, it doesn't matter how good I am. I have a mission and I'm going to lead others to healing. That's
Wow.
where you're going.
It's great. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sweetheart. Many, many blessings. All righty.
That's awesome. Okay, Sue, so privately to me, just give me
I
a
know
number.
I gotta figure out how to do that now.
You have that great hat on that looks like you have your hand up right there too.
Yeah.
So to Irene privately, and let me feel the number here. Got it. Okay. Now, I hope I did that one right.
You
Oh.
did. Okay, thank you. Okay, it is Kat. Kat, do you want to unmute, please?
So let me see if I
Hi.
need to wave for me, Kat. Let's see. Oh, everybody's waving though. There you are, Kat. Okay,
Wow.
I'm adding.
Sorry. It's a little dark here because it's in the middle of the night for me, but I was not going to miss this.
So
Yeah.
I don't know why I can't see Kat now, because I was just seeing Christopher.
Have to be on the special view that
I
is.
see her now. Okay. There you go, Kat. Hey.
Hello. Oh, this is very exciting. Thank you. So, my sign is Libra.
Mhm.
Linear method is 30 and then 3.
30/3.
30/3. Age 49. Stacked method is 21/3. Single digit is 12/3. And personal year is 16/7.
And your
then
child?
Leo. Linear is 16/7. Age 24. Stacked 7/7. Single digit 16/7. And personal 22/4.
Oh, another one of those. And what's his first name?
Her name is
Her name.
Briseis. Briseis.
S-E. Oh, wow, that's a beautiful name. Briseis.
Briseis. That's right.
Yeah.
You said it right. Thank you.
And how long ago did she cross?
She passed in March of this year.
Okay. So what is your question for me tonight?
So my question is, I've been a cancer survivor for 14 years and she passed from cancer. And I always thought it was going to be me. So why was it her and not me?
Right. Well, that's a very important soul question. Absolutely. And here's what I get about this. First of all, is that, Kat, you know that as a beautiful Libra 3, you have a light to offer the world, but most especially to offer this beautiful child of yours, that you crossing from cancer was not going to serve her journey. Now, her crossing is very different because she's a Leo 7 path soul. And I want you to understand that 7 is the most sacred spiritual path we can come in on, meaning, not meaning the most high frequency, but the one who is most determined to understand the spiritual purpose of life. 7 is an angelic number. She was an angel from the highest realms, and the Leo wrapped around it means she came with a heart wide open as well. And you combine that heart wide open with the 7 presence of the angelic source soul. She was never meant to stay long. And she chose the path of physical suffering, cancer. I mean, she chose it before the lifetime began. It was set already because her beautiful soul, her pure angelic heart wanted to burn up any negativity that she might be holding on to from other lifetimes or from this lifetime, that she really wanted to purge so that by the time she crossed, she was a pure being of light, completely ascendant, and now really a powerful ascendant master soul in the divine realms, helping out from there. You have the agreement with her of the number 1, which is about empowering each other. That's so interesting. So now she's even saying, Mom, you're supposed to stay. You can hear me. You can feel me. I am trying to cheer you on. The cancer is simply the metaphor for agreeing to some physical suffering to peel away any remaining negativity. And she's an angel. Kat, you must know.
I
Does-
do. Oh my
Does that
gosh.
does that resonate with you?
That was beautiful. Thank you. More than you know. She was otherworldly, certainly. And she, days before she passed, she did say, death is kind of beautiful, and I know there's something out there for me. And she was, I mean, the wisdom and grace. I can only hope I have that when my time comes. I mean, it was unbelievable who she was, who she is. Yeah,
But
thank
you're
you.
an angel too. I really want you to realize that all of this is on purpose because, now you're in a 7 personal year. That's a year of really claiming your angelic presence in the world. And, I don't know what you do for a living, but well, tell me, what do you do for a living?
So I've worked in wellness and spas and resorts for many, many years, but I haven't worked since being her caregiver. So it's been about a year, and I'm trying to figure out now what my next move is. And there's some opportunities kind of coming my way, and I'm not quite sure which way to go. Yeah.
It's not for you, it's not any longer about physical healing of the body. It's about spiritual ascendance of the soul. So you're teaching meditation, you're teaching energy shifting through thoughts and beliefs, and you're teaching connecting to the higher beings. Most importantly, she wants you to really claim that you are an angel on earth and do work that has to do with going around and helping people heal their hearts, more important than their bodies.
Wow. Thank you so much. I'm going to watch this recording probably 100 times because this is just amazing. Thank you. You have no
Thank you.
idea. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sweet cat.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
And I just want to say that Kat is one of our 2 affiliate leaders for helping parents heal for parents of children who have passed of an illness or of cancer. And Irene will be speaking to their group next week. And of course, Carly passed of cancer as well. But Kat is on tonight, and she lives in Romania. So it's pretty.
Oh, you live in Romania.
Yes.
Wow.
So she's doing this very late at night for her. So we appreciate her so much.
Yeah.
And thank you for what you said fits perfectly. And okay, so now we have a lot more people with their hands up. And
All right. I will send a message of a number to Irene here.
Okay. All right, it is Becky. Hey, Becky, can you please unmute?
Hello.
so Becky, wave your hand if you can. Oh, I see you. I see
Hello.
you. Okay, there we go.
I'm excited.
Wait a minute. There we are. Okay, Becky. Hi, Becky.
Hi there. I'm excited.
All right. So let me write down what you tell me here. Okay, I'm ready.
I'm Aquarius. Linear method is 26/8.
Mm-hmm.
Age 52.
Mm-hmm.
Stacked method is 26/8. Single digit is 8 and then 8. And personal year is 15 and 6.
And your child?
I'm Taurus. And linear method is 14 and 5.
Wait, give me the name first.
Oh, Thomas.
Thomas, okay. Because I wrote down Taurus as the name.
Oh, sorry.
I realized I was confused. Okay, Taurus for the sun sign. And then
Linear method is 14 and 5.
Mm-hmm.
Age, oh, he's 20 now. I was
Okay.
like, that's not right, but yep, that's right. Stacked method is 23 and 5. Single digit is 14 and 5. And personal year, 16 and 7.
7. And how long ago did he cross?
It was August 31st, 2022.
And so he was how old then when he
Eight-
crossed?
18.
Oh, got it. So it's so funny because the number that I sent, the number I was feeling so strongly that I sent to Irene was the number 5, and that's your son's path. Did you know that? Did you know that his path is the number 5?
Well, I had 5 in my head because I always say that's my favorite number. So
Well, it's your favorite number because that's his soul path.
nice.
So the Aquarius 8, first let me just tell you about the Aquarius 8 here of your path. Most powerful person in the room, whether you know it or not. The 8 means that your soul came to this lifetime to own your power, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and financially. Now, when we come in on that 8 path, we're often not empowered at first in our life, and we have to sort of fight our way to speaking our truth and standing up for who we are. And the Aquarius wrapped around your path says you're meant to teach higher ideas. You're a born teacher of spiritual wisdom and also entrepreneurial skills, always meant to run your own business, do your own work, and not answer to a boss
Ooh, nice.
because you're too powerful for that and you'll sabotage it every time. And you're in a 6th personal year, which is a year of healing the heart, of love, of healing relationships, and taking care of your own health. That's important this year. And Thomas, break it all wide open. Taurus, 5-path soul. Oh my goodness, he's making me smile. This is a kid who was never going to live a conventional life, who was always going to be the outlier, whatever that's called, the rebel, and probably, pushed your buttons a few times, pushed the power struggle with you. But he's telling me very clearly that all of that was to get you to see how powerful you are, which is the message going forward now, because you're moving into your 2nd Saturn return. He wants you speaking and teaching and standing up in public, being a presenter and all of that. And he says, don't be shy, Mom. Being courageous is what it's all about. And he says he was too courageous for your comfort zone. So what is your question for me tonight?
Gosh, probably my biggest question, like what was his soul plan when he was here?
Well, first of all, it's another 5-path journey of living passionately and freely and learning and experiencing lessons through the body. So what that means is when we come in on a 5-path, we may choose addiction, we may choose food addiction, drug, alcohol, or illness to live and experience all of our lessons physically. It's not a life of being in the head. It's a life of being completely immersed in the physicality of this world and not wanting to pull back and think about it, wanting to be in it passionately. So it's also the very strong combination. The Taurus 5 means he says, I would never back down. And that was his mission, was to never back down and to push the boundaries. My question for you is, he says your agreement, well, I can see on the numbers, your agreement is the number 4. Again, we know that's inner strength, helping you build your inner strength, claim your power. So what did your soul learn from his soul's journey? That's the important question.
Well, to never give up, to keep fighting and to go for it. Yeah.
And that spirit lives on in him and it lives on with you now. So what are you doing for a living?
I work in a mental health agency where we serve families, and we try to keep the families together
and provide services to help them out to meet their needs.
So you know that you have the gift of speaking and inspiring, and you've probably wanted to write a book about things you've learned. Have you started that book, and have you looked into stepping up to give a talk or teach a class like that?
I volunteer, but I haven't, I've thought about the book, but I haven't started the book yet.
Yeah.
So,
He wants you to do that. In fact, you're starting a 7 personal year in January, and that's a year to start writing and also to start meditating, because the more you can quiet your human mind, the more you can hear him. I mean, do you hear him? He's very alive. He's very spirited.
I'm learning. Just in another Zoom thing, it was with Farah, I think, that I learned to hear his voice a little bit, but I'm still not quite there where I hear him a lot.
Yeah.
So,
Well, Farah's a great teacher, but the thing with Thomas is he just wants you to know it's easier than you make it. I mean, that's kind of his whole message, is everything is easier than you make it, easier than you think.
good to know.
But also, you work really hard in your work, but it is work within a structure that doesn't fully allow you to bring your truth and your spiritual wisdom to the world. That's what has to change. And that's what will change in the next 2 to 3 years. When you hit the end of a cycle, you'll be walking away from that organization, taking everything you've learned. That's probably when your book is going to be out. And then you'll be getting up and giving talks about all of this sort of thing and owning your power so beautifully, being your own entrepreneur, like we talked about, and really helping and healing so many kids, so many grieving people. Do you have any other questions?
Mm. Oh, I have a ton of questions, but the only other question I have is, was he already passed when I found him?
Yeah, that kind of crossing that happens, they've definitely left the body hours, long time before, and they're already dancing in the divine realms and free of all of that. He's saying that was the freest, happy moment of him finally being free of all of that struggle.
I can believe that.
Yeah. So you know this because you're part of helping parents heal, but it's not your job to focus on that last minute stuff and that turmoil. It's your job to see the freedom and the happiness of his spirit in the divine, where he's like, boy, that earth realm is so tough. I don't know if I'll ever go back there again.
Lucky.
But you're strong and you're here to teach and
Yeah.
share these higher ideas that you've learned.
I want to share the love I have, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right.
Wonderful. So let me go
Yes.
ahead and unspotlight Becky. Again, I'm writing in the chat box that if you would like to write me something for the newsletter about your readings with Sue, that would be so wonderful, because she does so much for us. And it's always fun to be able to read about your validations and then also be able to see pictures of your kids. So anyway, let's go to another lucky winner. So you're putting a number in the chat box, right?
Yeah, I sent it.
Okay, now I have to count. Just give me a second. Okay, it is Susan Schneider. Susan, can you please unmute?
Okay, Susan, when you do unmute. Oh, I see you.
Yeah. Hi.
Yes.
Thank you so much for choosing me. I'm a Virgo,
Oh, okay.
linear method
Wait, let me
11.
catch up with you here. I'm sorry. I was just pulling you up on my screen. Okay.
Mhm.
Virgo, and keep going.
Linear method 11, 2,
Very good.
age 50, stacked method 11/2, single digit 20/2, and personal year 25/7.
Very good. And your child.
Jacob, and he's a Leo, linear method 7/8, age 19. stacked method 8/8
Susan, sweet angel, how long ago did he cross?
in March.
In March. Oh, baby. We're wrapping our hearts around you to help you heal. So first, let's
Do
talk
you need
about
do you need the single digit? Sorry.
for Jacob.
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
17/8, and then personal year 18/9.
Okay. All right, Jacob. So first, let me go to you. You're an 11 master soul, Susan, and the 11 shows up 2 out of the 3 ways you add it. So you can go read my workbook or watch any of my videos to talk about how important that is. You are on a master soul 11 life path for this whole lifetime, which means you're super sensitive. We embrace your tears, cry all you want. It's how you feel and express and heal. And that 11 sensitivity also means that you are intuitive. You can always sense what other people are feeling and thinking. And sometimes you've doubted yourself and thought, I'm too sensitive. No, that is your gift. You are a sensitive, intuitive healer. And the Virgo mind in you, it can definitely make you doubt yourself, but it also makes you doubt the goodness of the world. And this crossing of beautiful Jacob is a spiritual lifting or opening to help bring you into the realms of the higher beings, to show you that the world is a good place of all good, loving God consciousness, even though we have terrible pain in this physical realm, and that you did nothing wrong, and that you are so beloved by the angels, the higher beings, and beautiful Jacob, who, by the way, Jacob is and was a Leo 8. I was talking earlier to someone, did I send you the number 8 just now, Irene?
Yes, you did.
Now you see the spirit, the kids are with us because I'm calling out a number and they're bringing me to a child whose number is that path. So Jacob is the Leo 8, and that's the path of owning his power in this world and being so powerful the world can't hold him here. And I love his energy. He's very strong, but he's also very loving and compassionate. Like I feel him putting his arms around, like from behind you, like around on your shoulders, giving you love and affection. Can you feel that kind of thing? I know you're very raw and early in your grief, but
I can tell you he was not a hugger. I mean, he was when he was really little,
yeah.
but the most he would do is allow me to hug him. But I do know he loved me.
Can you feel it now? Do you ever feel him putting his arms around you now?
I do not feel that, but I have gotten undeniable signs from him.
Yeah. Because
Just not hugs. I don't think
I
the
think he
words in
wanted
hug.
me to feel that and tell you that because he wants you to know that now he can hug you.
Okay. Well, that's good.
So whenever you feel that little bit of a presence on your shoulders, that sort of thing, sometimes we just dismiss that. That's him giving you one of his angel hugs.
Mhm.
So,
Thank you.
but the other thing is the soul agreement you have with Jacob, which continues forever, is the one, meaning that you were both here to empower each other to be your own individual selves. So his energy is very different from yours. His energy is out in the world, powerful, and even walking over the edge of power, meaning not always using it correctly. Whereas you are so sensitive and so intuitive and often hurt by things that happen in the world, and also hurt with things that went on in his life. But he wants you to take his power now. That's the merging of his path with yours, to help you stand up and own your own individual beauty, your own individual goodness, sensitive. You need to be a medium someday when you're ready to do that work, Susan.
I am trying, like I'm educating myself as much as I can.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very open to that. My
Suzanne
biggest
Eastman,
wish is to connect with him
yeah.
and then see what happens after that.
Well, you know, Suzanne Giesman has many mediumship classes
Yes,
and they're
I
really good. So
I
that would
signed
be
up. I signed up. I purchased one module, so I'm
very,
working
very
on that.
good. Very good.
Yeah.
And what do you do for a living?
Well, I'm the polar opposite of what I'm trying to achieve. I'm a financial analyst.
So the reason you can do that is because the 11, when you digit it down to the 2, the single digit that the 11 comes from, the 2 is all about details and order and organizing. But you're here to step up from that to the higher frequency of the 11 and use your sensitivity to help people. The Virgo in you also can really diminish you to get down to the details. I'm a Virgo, so I get to say that. When we find ourselves completely focused on the details of life, we're kind of off path. So doing your meditation, doing your breath work, doing whatever it takes to lift you up and really get you back to your higher wisdom, that's also where you'll feel Jacob, because he doesn't live down in those details and he's not down
Yeah.
in the lower vibration of everyday details. There was something else about that. Oh, so you studying mediumship is perfect because it's going to teach you how to lift your energy up and connect to that higher spirit and pull out of those details. When are you thinking of retiring from this career?
Well, I hadn't really thought of retiring quite yet.
Well, let me just tell
I
you.
was gonna be open to wherever this takes me. My sister's very spiritual, and she also guaranteed me that this is not where I'm gonna be.
Yeah. And also, according to your numbers, your personal year, next year, 2025, you're kind of in an 8-year thinking about money and career and taking classes and really thinking you want to step up. And by 2026, you're at the end of an old cycle. And that's really when you're saying the old Susan is gone. I'm really going to step into my new work. And you've taken some trainings by then and you're very confident in using your sensitivity, your beautiful 11 path sensitivity to help others. And that's going to happen for sure in 2 years. So you don't have to pressure yourself right now. But that's what's coming. The other thing is, Jacob just wants to say, it was a life well lived for him. He completed his mission, even though it may not look that way to you. Are you?
Oh, but I really,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, he lived his life to the fullest.
Right.
He did.
Right.
And I do think he kind of knew in a way.
Yeah.
Like there's things that happened right before that
Yeah.
hadn't happened in years, and it almost seemed like, yeah, he knew and had to do certain things.
Yeah, his soul did know. And, you know, that's the difference between our soul knowing something versus our human mind knowing it. So these children all know on a soul level when that exit point is coming up. And that's why you'll hear the stories of, you know, my child told me such and such, or they did such and such just a little bit before they crossed over. That's because the soul always knows. So don't worry, he crossed beautifully. He says there was no suffering in it. And he wants you to know that your sensitivity is your gift and to quit beating yourself up about it all.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sweetheart. I'm wrapping you in hugs,
Thank you.
but please beware that he's hugging you too.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you.
Oh my
Beautiful.
goodness. And yes, again, anytime that you get a reading for Susan as well, if you'd like to write something and send a picture of Jacob, that would be wonderful. And then have we done all 4 of them, or is this
I would like a little time to be able to do a guided meditation for
okay, yeah,
everybody so
that was
that for the
4.
holidays they
Yeah.
can, you know, feel this angelic presence to help them because the holidays can be very tough. And first of all, my heart goes out to all of you, you know, because I know you're going to be thinking of your child in the holidays. And Elizabeth has so many wonderful tools to help everyone get through the holidays. But right now, if it's okay, I'd like to take us on a little journey And I'm going to see if I can get my music on. Let me just see if this works. You hear that? Oh, that's loud. Turn that down. It sounds too loud. I can't seem to get it to turn down. Hold on. Elizabeth, does that sound really loud to you?
It's loud.
Yeah, I can't get it to turn down. I don't know why. All right, I'm going to turn it off. Sorry. I can't even get it to turn off. Oh my gosh, I'm in trouble, you guys. I can't get it to turn off. Thank you. Ah,
Okay, so now I'm going to put some very calming music on, if that's okay, and I think everybody will be able to hear it. Is that okay?
Elizabeth, I can't get it to turn off on my end.
Oh,
We
that's,
don't hear it, Sue.
you don't hear it.
Can you guys turn off my music somehow?
I don't think that your music is on. Does anybody
It's
hear it?
really loud on my end. I'm
Oh,
just
we
going
don't
to turn
hear it,
my
Sue.
sound way down now so that I can't hear it. Okay. So you can hear me, right, Elizabeth?
Yep, I can.
Okay. So I don't know what happened there, but my music went on so loud, it was horrifying and I couldn't turn it off. Still can't turn it off. But all right, let's all take a deep breath. We'll close our eyes and breathe in. And again. And we are acknowledging the beautiful souls that helped us out tonight in our meeting, bringing us signs from the children, especially when their number would be the number of the path that I had put into the chat for Irene. Thank you, children. We appreciate that. And now that joy that we feel from those connections opens our heart, lifts us up to a higher frequency. And we breathe in this higher frequency of gratitude, of love, of forgiveness, knowing that all is well with our soul, and all has always been well with our soul. And in this recognition, we feel the golden light of God's unconditional love pouring down through the top of our head, filling our human body, our cells, our tissue, our muscles with golden light, the golden glow of unconditional love that is our true essence as a being of light. In this moment, with your eyes closed, see and feel that golden light emanating from every cell, every pore of your body, filling the space around you with love and light. Now you breathe into that power. It frees you up of the limitations of the human journey. There's no more sadness, pain, and grief when we reclaim our essence as golden beings of light. We are always connected to the God source. And in these moments of letting our light shine unrestricted, we reclaim our power, our true essence. And we are able to lift freely up from the physical, from the body, from the human story, and rise up the 10 stairs of light to the higher realms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now we move through the tunnel of light where all souls go between every lifetime, knowing that your child easily passed through this tunnel when they were leaving the physical world. And it's a very comforting tunnel. It washes off any pain or trauma we might still be carrying from the physical. And so we move through this tunnel to the light at the end, moving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now we move out into the open space, the circle of gathering of your entire soul posse here in the higher divine realms. And the light here is exquisite. You feel right at home. You are sitting on a stone bench looking around the circle at all of your loved ones, those who still exist in the physical and those who have crossed and are in the divine. And everyone looks so healthy and happy and free of any fear or pain, because in these divine realms is where our higher soul lives, the part of us that is always aware that we are beings of God consciousness, that we are greater than any pain or suffering that could ever come our way. So as you connect to your own higher soul in this circle, you are aware suddenly that there is no grief in your heart right now, and that you are looking across the circle at your departed loved ones, and they are radiantly happy, coming towards you now to hug you, or wrap their arms around you, feel their hair, feel their skin, how they smell, how they sound when they speak. Just let it overwhelm you with your senses to be with them right now. And they're laughing because they want you to be happy. They want you to know that all is well. You can hear their laughter. And they're saying, come on, we're going to take you for a walk here. We're going to show you our life in these higher realms so that you can come here anytime, especially in the holidays. If you feel lonely or sad, come here and be with us. We are always celebrating here. So now they're taking you on this incredible walk through nature, green trees and forest, lakes and mountains, rivers, more beautiful than on earth. And your child is taking you to meet their friends in this realm, all looking happy and filled with love, just like them. And they're showing you some of the fun things that they do. But most importantly now, your child is taking you to the sacred prayer place where these souls go to help those on earth. And as you walk into this sacred building with them, you see a globe of light that looks like the earth world. And you can see all the beams of light shooting up from that earthly globe. And your child is pointing to you where you are in that globe, how you are a point of light on earth. They're saying, well done, Mom, Dad. Shine that light even brighter. It makes me so proud of you to see how strong your light is on earth, even after everything you've been through. And now your child and your posse are all sitting in a circle around this globe that looks like planet Earth with the colors, with the light beams. And your child is showing you this is how we send love and healing to the earth. And they're putting their hands towards the earth globe and sending pure, unconditional love to the earth. And they're asking you to put your hands up and do it with them. And as you feel that source of love that's always poured into you from God, circulating through you and now out of you to the world, you reclaim your divine power to heal and help the world, to transform all darkness into light. And in this moment, you even see family members on earth who might be struggling. You see them sort of pausing and looking up and recognizing that they feel love in this moment, and it's helping them. And you are making that happen. And you look over at your departed child, and they are an expert at this now. Their concentration is so focused on sending love to the earth world. And you've never felt more proud of them. And now they're pulling you back out to walk in nature with them. And they're saying, come and do this with us on Christmas Eve. We do a huge love push for the earth on Christmas Eve. Come and join us in this. And you're shaking your head going, yes, I'll definitely be here for this. And now they're taking you for a walk up to the tallest mountain in the divine realms. You don't have to walk all the way. You can teleport your soul to the highest mountain, and your loved one is with you, turning to show you in a circle the absolute beauty of the earth realm and of all realms. Your child is showing you that light and love rule every moment on earth and in the entire galaxy of universes. They're telling you that this is the only secret you ever need to know. And it restores your faith in the goodness of the world. And so now they take your hand and walk back with you towards that circle outside of the tunnel. And now you see all your loved ones there, and you promise them, I will remember that this is real. I will come here to be with you tonight in my dreams and every day in my meditations and prayers, and especially on Christmas Eve to do the healing ceremony with all of you. And they're all thanking you and hugging you. And now you turn and move back through the tunnel of light back to your earth life. But this time you're carrying with you the higher frequency of the divine realms. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And down the 10 stairs of light back into your body, but free of the pain of the small view of life. Now you're immersed in the view of your soul. And we move down the stairs joyfully. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a breath back into your physical body, a breath back into your physical life. But now remember that you are part of those divine realms, and you can always go there to be a healer, even while you're still in your body here. And so it is.
It's beautiful. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Reverend Sue. And thank you for those beautiful readings as well. I just am so amazed at how healing every time that we have you on Helping Parents Heal, you are for parents. And I know that we have so many people writing in the chat box. Thank you so much that this was just so beautiful to be able to be here today. Um, and I also just want to say that with the holidays coming, just remember that your kids are going to be with you every step of the way, just as Reverend Sue says. They are going to be participating in every single celebration that you're holding. They're going to be at the dinner table with you. Please remember to raise a glass in their honor. Doesn't have to be alcoholic. It can be whatever it is, but they hear you and they participate. And did you have anything else you wanted to say before the end of the meeting or?
I'm just so grateful to be a part of this, and I'm sending love to all of you. And if you ever need a break from your holiday life, go to those divine realms and just go for a walk with your departed loved one, or go send love to the earth realm. You can travel through time and space all at once. It's not linear. We're not limited.
Well, that's beautiful. Hilda's saying, so good to see you looking beautiful as ever, Reverend Sue, which is true. You always look beautiful. You always look so angelic. And we ask everyone to unmute and say thank you and good evening. So if you'd like
Thanks,
to,
Sue. That was wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So much.
Thank you, Sue.
Thank you, Sue.
Thanks, Sue.
come
Thank
back
you.
to see Daisy tonight too. She'll be on in a half an hour if you'd like to do gallery readings, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.